In the mud brick homes of ancient Assyria, pregnant mothers lived in constant fear of Lamashtu, the demoness who preyed on unborn children.
When evil spirits brought sickness into the home, the family summoned the āšipu, the exorcist trained in ancient temple rituals. Pazuzu, lord of the wind demons, was summoned to drive Lamashtu away. Evil turned against evil to protect the unborn child. The ritual ended. The house was purified. For one more night, the family reclaimed fragile peace from the demons of the ancient world. Before leaving, the āšipu reminded the family that Pazuzu's protection must be honored every night if they wished to keep Lamashtu at bay. With the ritual complete, the āšipu stepped back into the night, leaving the family to rest under the watchful gaze of Pazuzu. Alone once more, the couple clung to the fragile safety offered by Pazuzu, knowing the demons never truly rested. Exhausted from the long ritual, the couple lay together in the darkness, trusting in Pazuzu's power to guard them until dawn. As the night slowly yielded to dawn, the family clung to the fragile peace that Pazuzu had granted them. At first light, the family awoke to discover whether Pazuzu had successfully guarded them through the long night against Lamashtu. Before leaving for the day, the husband renewed the protective offerings to Pazuzu, knowing the demons never slept. With the sun rising, the husband prepared to leave for his labor, knowing his pregnant wife would remain alone with the ever-present threat of Lamashtu. Left alone as the sun climbed higher, the pregnant woman placed her trust in Pazuzu to shield her and her unborn child from Lamashtu. Even as she returned to her daily tasks, the pregnant woman kept Pazuzu close, knowing Lamashtu's threat lingered in every shadow. Throughout the long day, she worked without rest, keeping Pazuzu near as her only shield against the demoness who hunted unborn children.
As the afternoon heat grew heavier, a sudden fear gripped her. She reached for Pazuzu.
A sharp pain seized her body. In terror, she clutched Pazuzu, whispering prayers that the demoness Lamashtu would. In the grip of sudden pain and terror, she held Pazuzu close to her heart, begging the demon king to protect her unborn child from Lamashtu.
The pain slowly released its grip. Still holding Pazuzu to her heart, she breathed deeply, grateful for another moment of safety.
Exhausted from the ordeal, she allowed herself a moment of rest, never letting Pazuzu stray far from her side. As the sun began its descent, she prepared the evening meal, never forgetting that darkness would soon bring Lamashtu's domain once again. As the sun sank toward the horizon, fear crept back into her heart. Night was coming, and with it the domain of Lamashtu. With the sun gone and darkness rising, she waited for her husband, knowing Lamashtu hunted most fiercely when the world fell into shadow. Night had returned to Nineveh. Husband and wife sat together once more, holding on to the fragile protection of Pazuzu. When the 7 evil Utukku demons entered a house, they brought raging fever and torment. Only the āšipu could stand against them. The āšipu named the 7 Utukku, evil winds that brought fever, headache, and madness, and prepared to drive them from the young man's body.
With ancient words of power, the āšipu ordered the 7 Utukku demons to depart, evil winds that...
One by one, the āšipu cast the clay images of the Utukku into the fire, commanding the evil demons to burn and never return. As the last image of the Utukku burned away, the āšipu declared the demons banished. The demons were banished. The āšipu warned the family to keep the Pazuzu amulet close, for the evil winds could always return.
He is protected now.
Thank you, Holy One, Holy One.
The battle was won for tonight.
At dawn, the young man still lived. The family bowed before the āšipu, knowing they owed their son's life. Though the demons were driven out, the āšipu reminded them that recovery would be slow and vigilance must never fade. With the first light of dawn, the āšipu took his leave, leaving the exhausted family under the continued watch of Pazuzu. The following morning, the mother tended to her son with care, knowing the battle against the Utukku was won but the ancient demons never truly vanished. Day after day, the mother watched over her son, wiping his fevered brow and keeping the sacred amulet of Pazuzu close at all times. Day by day, the mother fed her son and offered barley to Pazuzu, hoping the demon king would continue guarding them from the return of the evil Utukku. With great effort, the young man tried to sit up, the first sign of victory over the Utukku demons that had nearly claimed his life. Each day the mother offered barley and water to Pazuzu, praying the demon king would continue shielding her son from the—
Be careful, my son. Take your time. With trembling legs and the support of his mother, the young man rose for the first time.
Step by painful step, the young man fought to reclaim his strength, while his mother stayed close, trusting in Pazuzu's continued protection.
Though still weak, the young man refused to stay down. Each step a silent defiance against the—
Even as strength slowly returned, the mother continued her offerings to Pazuzu, for night would soon bring back the ancient threat of the demons. As twilight fell and darkness returned, the mother made one final offering to Pazuzu, knowing the night once again belonged to the demons. The first night after the exorcism had come, mother and son sat together, keeping the sacred fire burning, and Pazuzu—
Deep into the night, mother and son stayed awake by the sacred fire, offering prayers to Pazuzu.
While her son finally slept, the mother remained awake, guarding the sacred fire and keeping Pazuzu close through the longest hours of the night. The mother kept watch over her son, never allowing the sacred fire or Pazuzu's protection to weaken. As the long night finally yielded to dawn, the mother kept her silent vigil, grateful that her son had died. In the final hour before dawn, the mother kept her silent vigil, grateful that her son had survived the night. The longest night had passed. As the first light of dawn touched the horizon, at the first light of a new day, the young man opened his eyes, alive, weak, but free from the grasp of the Utukku demons. With the arrival of dawn, mother and son gave thanks. The demons had been driven back, and light—
In the bright light of a new day, mother and son gave thanks. The young man had survived the night, and the demons had been driven back into the shadows.
Though still weak, the young man felt life returning to his body, a testament to the power of the āšipu and the protection of Pazuzu. With each passing hour, the young man fought to regain his strength, supported by his mother and the ever-watchful protection of Pazuzu.
Though his body still trembled with weakness, the young man pushed himself to walk again, refusing to let the Utukku demons claim lasting victory.
Day after day, the young man grew stronger, each step a victory over the evil Utukku that had nearly stolen his life. With each passing hour, strength returned to his limbs. The young man began helping his mother once more.
Though still far from full strength, the young man found purpose in helping his mother. Each small task became a victory against
Assyria. Though still weak, the young man refused to remain idle. He began helping his mother with small tasks. Though his body remained weak, the young man insisted on helping his mother, a quiet act of defiance against the demons that had tried to break him. Though his legs still trembled, the young man pushed himself to stand and help his mother, each small act a victory over the evil Utukku that had tried to claim his life. Strength slowly returned to his limbs. With each small task, the young man proved that the ancient evil had been driven back by the power of ritual and faith. With each passing hour, strength returned to his body. The young man helped his mother with small tasks, proving that the Utukku demons had not won.
With each small task he completed, the young man reclaimed a piece of his life, proof that the ancient rituals and—
Though his body was not yet fully healed, the young man found purpose in helping his mother, each small act a declaration that the Utukku demons had failed. With each small task completed, the young man felt life flowing back into his body. A living testament. Though still far from full strength, the young man pushed himself to help his mother, each small effort a victory against the darkness that had nearly claimed him. Though his body was still frail, the young man found joy in small acts of usefulness, each one a victory over the darkness that had nearly consumed him. Though his legs still trembled, the young man refused to stay idle. Helping his mother became his way of thanking the god. With each small task he completed, the young man reclaimed a piece of his former life, a quiet triumph over the evil spirits that had almost destroyed him.
Day by day, the young man grew stronger. What the Utukku demons had tried to destroy, the ancient—
Though the demons had been driven out, the family knew the battle was never truly over. Under the watchful gaze of Pazuzu,